Okay, so the first film we can check out is Supergirl. I was, I guess, excited, but they changed a lot from the comic book, apparently. Lobo's not in it, they added him, and I guess used him to try to get people in to watch the movie, I guess? I don't know. He's not in it that much. I heard it was like 10 minutes worth of him or something. I don't get why, like, if the movie's bad and you're tricked, now it's like, you're gonna lose trust. It's like, why can't you just be straightforward and honest or something, and then like, hey, don't trick us. So yeah, I don't know, that's kind of weird, but I'm just gonna watch the trailer since I didn't watch it in the last show, so yeah, we can check that out.
My cousin and I...
Here we go.
Here's the thing. My cousin and I have very different ideas about what it means to be a hero. He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
The brigands brought destruction to every corner of the universe. The galaxy must be defended.
You cannot give up on me.
Now it's a party.
Oh, that might be a problem.
It's pretty colorful, but that's just so everyone knows we're good.
I'm going to tell you something. Only one of you is going to make it out alive.
Been formally introduced.
Well, I mean, it looks cool and stuff. I hope that last slow-mo shot is actually in it, and not just in the trailer. Yeah, Superman's not really in it. In like flashbacks. Yeah, I don't know, it looks cool. I mean, yeah, it looks awesome, right? I don't know, I guess it just doesn't do what it should do, and then they change stuff for the movie. Like Krem, he doesn't look like that, I guess. And then Lobo's not in the original story. I don't know, I think, I don't know. A lot of people did not like Supergirl's cameo at the end of this first Superman film. I think a lot of people were kind of, I don't know, turned off to this because of that. And then, oh, by the way, there's the other Peacemaker being rated R, which is kind of continues from Superman, and the kids can't watch that. And then, but they can watch this. I don't know. That's a separate issue. I don't get that at all. Either be rated R for adults or for the kids, or whatever. You know what I mean? Middle or whatever. But pick one. It's very strange. Because he said it was like Superman has to be watched before Peacemaker season 2, and then it was like, okay, well, half the audience can't watch it. Well, who is it for? And then Peacemaker season 2 was very strange, kind of interesting, but very weird. So I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I guess the trailer looks cool. There's a ticking time bomb. Apparently, there's a ticking time bomb. I don't know if that's a spoiler really, but that is in the film, which is good. I don't know. And that's that's kind of mostly it that's in the film. So yeah, but we'll read some comments or whatever in a bit, some reviews. PG-13, you know, I mean, they might as well just made it rated R. It probably would have gotten the same amount of money. I don't know. Well, it's kind of weird. I don't know what to say. That's what I said, PG-13 or rated R. You can't have the Superman be PG-13 and then, oh guys, gotta watch Peacemaker season 2 to get the rest of the story, and it's hardcore rated R, like The Boys. Like, that makes zero sense. I don't know why they had to do that. But yeah, they might as well have just made this rated R, like Lobo in Krypton or whatever that show was. I watched 2 seasons of it, all of it. And I love that Lobo. That was pretty funny, what they did in that one. And I don't know. Maybe this should have been a show. Maybe this should have been like 6 episodes, you know, at 30 minutes each, just like Peacemaker, or 40 minutes, whatever. That would have been kind of cool, you know? That probably would have worked, and they could have probably let the story breathe, and they would have had the original story there, and then they could have put all the new ideas on the side. So at least it is the original story with some subplots added maybe, or, you know, whatever the directors want to do. Then what else? It's an hour and 47 minutes, so that's interesting. Oh, what was Superman? Superman was it 2 hours? No, I think it was less. But so an hour and 50 minutes, that's probably not a bad runtime. You know, it's not fast and it's not over 2 hours and it drags. So that's interesting. There's no post-credit scene apparently. What? Like, I mean, I don't really care, but I'm just saying, like, it's more of like part of the thing. It's part of the superhero movie, you know, to like, hey, wait around, and then, you know, everyone's waited around forever, and there's always 2 post-credit scenes. You're right. You're used to that. And then now this movie has none or something, or I think nothing. So you're just going to be waiting around, and then it's like, oh, that's it? All right, well, whatever. Last logo, and then you're out. What else? This is DC, space sci-fi, superhero action, adventure, drama, sci-fi. See, a lot of this is like James Gunn saying like, oh, we're going to make this into an epic sci-fi space adventure, whatever, something. And like, I guess it sort of is, but it wasn't like mind-blowing, I guess. You know, I don't know. Something like that. But amongst like all the other things he said, he's doing all these things. He can't do a Batman movie. He's doing a prequel Wonder Woman show, okay? The only one he's done out of the 3 main is Superman. And it's like, he can't do Batman, and he's sort of doing Wonder Woman, and that's it. It's like, what else? Like, you know, I don't get it. If there really is some plan, it just seems all over the place, you know? And then Lanterns looks good, I think. I'm looking forward to that. People are mad because there's no green in it. I don't know, I'm 50-50 because, I mean, like, yeah, it's a trailer, whatever. The point is to see the green stuff. You know, it's like, if you don't want to watch that, watch True Detective, right? Watch the original show. But this is a superhero thing, so give us superhero stuff. That's why I was excited to be like, that Superman and Lobo are in this. And so like maybe like, you know, Lobo and Superman get in a fight, and then Lobo steals something important from Superman, and they don't realize till later. And then now they have to go break Lobo out because he's been captured or something, I don't know. And then they don't get along, so there's conflict, and then there is a ticking time bomb, so keep that one. And, you know, that's what I was expecting, sort of, you know, like almost like a mini Justice League movie. Like 3 people have to work together, and then maybe if they have to work together to go break someone out, like another superhero, you know, or maybe Guy Gardner got kidnapped somehow, and they have to go and get him, and then they find out it's Brainiac, or maybe like a soldier of Brainiac, and that sets up the next movie or whatever. I don't know. So, yeah. kind of interesting stuff. So I'm just going to read the plot. Kara Zor-El, aka Supergirl, joins forces with an unlikely companion on an interstellar journey of vengeance and justice when an unexpected adversary strikes too close to home. So that is Krem, and then I won't mention it, I guess maybe spoiler thing, but what's it called? Ticking Time Bomb. So that's good that there is that. 6 stars though, I don't know. That's not really good. Directed by Craig Gillespie and written by Ana Noguera. That's a thing. I don't know. Let's see. So this guy, I don't think I'm too familiar with him. He's done The Better Sister, 8 episodes of a show. Your Friends and Neighbors. Oh, I have it. I'm gonna watch that one soon. 19 episodes. Yeah, it's on the 2nd season, I think. That's cool. Dumb Money, 6 stars. Mike, and 6.9 stars, 7 episodes. Physical, 7.3 stars, 20 episodes. Pam and Tommy, they're pretty good ratings though, so that's good. Except for Trooper, which is a TV movie, probably why. And then it got 4.2. So interesting. Directing, he did Supergirl, Discover, and Stranger Things season 5. That's like a side thing. And then yeah, he's directed just 2 episodes of the My Friends and Neighbors. So he produced it. What about writing? Does he write anything? No, just does mostly that. And then he's done Apple iPhone. No, wait, I'm short. Dumb Money, Apple Watch Series 7. That's kind of random. Nissan Presents, Dubai Presents. So he does like a lot of like promotional stuff or something for companies, I guess. Cool. And then he's done a Kid Cudi music video, pretty awesome. What did that get? Not bad ratings, I guess. He's pretty like 6 to 7 stars, maybe 7 stars on average. So that's good. At least he's got good experience. And then what is upcoming for him? Archie, and then 42.6 years. That's pretty cool. The writers are Ana Noguera, and she has done, let's see, Hightown, Prepartum, Yours, Ours, We Win. Not those 2 are kind of low. The Blacklist, that's good, high rating. The Vampire Diaries, a good session, 7.2 stars. The Battery's Down, Molly Black, 10 episodes, 6.7 stars, not bad. The Michael J. Fox Show, not bad. Good. And then, she's actually written a bit. Well, obviously, but I mean, but not that much. 2 movies. Cool. So, wow. And then, did we win a short? So this is basically her first movie. That's interesting that they did that. It's funny because people are saying that James Gunn obviously probably had a hand in it, but we'll see. Well, no, I don't know. I don't see his credit there, but which means he didn't do anything at all. I feel like he would get at least an EP credit, right? That would be my guess. So she has Untitled, DC Studios Wonder. So she's doing the Wonder Woman movie. Okay, so they are doing that. Let's see, Untitled Baby Love and then Teen Titans. Wait, this is her, right? Ana Noguera, right? Yeah, okay. So they're doing that. I'm gonna close this. So she is. That is interesting. Wow. So either because of this, are they gonna pull her as a writer on the next movie if this movie doesn't do well? Then, I mean, if this movie's not doing well, how would the Wonder Woman movie do any better? Is it done? They gotta check that out. And then Teen Titans, I get it, but no. That's interesting. So I had a theory that they are I don't know what James Gunn is gonna do. I really don't know if he is gonna choose politics and not work with the Ellisons, who's friends with Trump and Jared Kushner or whoever, right? Whatever. And his contract is up. So he's got 2 big reasons for him to get the hell out of there, right? So I really feel like what they're gonna do is, if he goes out, maybe they put Matt Reeves in charge. I don't know. And then they're gonna make Robert Pattinson be the Batman, I'm thinking, because it's already set up. Superman's set up. Batman's already set up over there. And then they're gonna have Wonder Woman coming out, whatever this is. I gotta check that out. That's 3. That right? So that's 2 here and 1 over there. Batman. All they have to do is Batman comes over to wherever and teams up and goes, hey, I need your help, you know? Or I've been keeping tabs on Luthor, and he's bringing a guy called Brainiac here, and we need to fight him, you know? That's it, really. And and then they lose at the end, you know, maybe someone dies, whatever, I don't know, something. So, yeah, but I don't get, like, what are they gonna do? This is so strange. This is the writers. So nothing's really been announced. I don't even think I've heard James Gunn announce a Wonder Woman movie other than whatever the show is called. Does it say it here? I don't even see it. Bane and Deathstroke. Are these really happening? There, yeah, Paradise Lost. I get what he's doing and stuff, and I really wish he did it because I like his style of filmmaking. I really like his camera work or whatever. I really like that, and I wish he can. He's able to, you know he is. But I wish he would just do all of it, and it would have the same tone, and you know, and he could just have a couple of continuity writers who have seen his movies and keep watching them, so they fix whatever in the script to match the feeling of the movies, so it's consistent, you know. And he writes and directs all of them. I don't get it, you know, why they couldn't have done that, or even like a 6-picture deal or something where he does Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. And then has to do a Justice League film, and then he can do 2 personal films or whatever, you know? That would have been a better deal or something, and then we would have gotten more of a solid film, I think. I don't know. But I feel like it still is going to suffer from all the issues that Superman is apparently suffering from. I liked it, and I just feel, and then I read some stuff, and I'm like, wow, I guess it really isn't as good as I thought it was. When you read stuff, you're like, oh, that makes sense. You know, like, that's a bad choice for the character, or, you know, whatever. Like, portraying Superman as being weak, that he gets beat up, and the first moment you see him, he's weak, which I get the idea. I like the idea, right? It's cool. But then you think about it, you're like, wait, what? No, you know what? I don't think Superman should ever lose. I think, you know, like when you think about it, you know, would be cool to see him lose, whatever, all this stuff, right? And you can beat him if you have kryptonite. So it's not like he is invincible. But I think the better choice would be to just let him be invincible and he doesn't lose. I don't know, because yeah, like even in Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, he kills General Zod at the end. Superman does not kill people. That's it. That is the rule. If you do that, he's not Superman. Then the next movie, you got to reveal that was a clone of Superman or Bizarro or something, because Superman doesn't kill people. And that's that. That's just how it is, really. I don't know. And then look, Crypto. That's another issue. And a sub-issue is the dog being such a focus on, and that James Gunn apparently said that he figured out how to write Superman through Ozu, whatever, his dog. Like, that, like, what? That doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. It should have been called Crypto, and the Adventures of Superman, right? That, and you know, in a sub plot or a title called the Justice League or whatever, Justice Game, you know? I don't know. It's very strange. You know, now that you think about the movie, like I've ripped the movie apart and I'm like, wow, you know, I like some parts. It's really cool. I like it. I love his filmmaking. You know, I love the color of it. I love all the things. It's cool, and, you know, and then all the issues, you know, whatever. So I don't know, but this is interesting. Yeah, he's just canceled stuff. They've canceled stuff. I mean, what else are they gonna cancel? If he leaves, what's the point? I don't get it. They're gonna bring somebody else in and reboot the DCU again? How? Like, it's just gonna keep going, and that's it. Until they get somebody who isn't gonna be political. Like, is that really all it takes? Is like somebody who is not a liberal or a Republican? Like, it needs to be someone who's just so politically neutral, if that is even possible. And they will be put in charge. Hey, look, is this? We're still on this Wonder Woman film, right? Here's a trivia. Marks the second film interpretation of Wonder Woman. Originally, Patty Jenkins wrote a treatment for a third Wonder Woman movie starring Gal Gadot, but it was canceled by James Gunn and Peter Safran once they became presidents of DC Studios. I just cannot believe that. I can't believe Zack Snyder had 2 more movies. Justice League Part 2 and 3 or whatever. That was it. They could have just wrapped it up. If they didn't want to do any of these other things, they could have squeezed it in to Part 2 and 3 of Justice League and made them 4 hours each, 8 hours total, with all of the ideas, all the movies they were going to make. Squeeze Flash into it, squeeze this Wonder Woman film into it. You know, that's what they, you know, I don't know, that would have been a great idea. And just let them finish that, and at least it'd be done. Because, you know, and they could actually put it on their resume, started a DC universe, completed a DC universe. You know, I can't believe it. It's insane. Why can't they allow that? And then it's just going to happen again. It's literally going to happen again. Soon. James Gunn and Peter Safran, I don't know what his political point of view is, but they both have to make a choice soon. And like, it bums me out because James Gunn likes this stuff. He likes comic books, whatever, you know, whether or not you like his portrayal or whatever, you know, interpretation and all of that. He's good at what he does. You know, you have to give him, you know, props for that. He is good at what he does. But it just sucks because now the universe is going to start and stop again. Incomplete. All those movies I just read, they're not going to happen. All of these. If he leaves, boom. They're like, unless the contract is up. He can do whatever he wants. I can't believe it. And you know what he's going to choose. Oh, I don't know what to say. That is so wild though. That's like, how unfortunate. That is a possible future. No, it's so unfortunate. And the other writer is Jerry Siegel, Joe Shuster. Yeah, so they created the character and all that. How is that gonna go? Does she need to, what is her contract? Is it has to make a certain amount of money and then she is confirmed to be the writer for that Wonder Woman movie? And is that Wonder Woman film before or after Paradise Lost? You know, it's like, yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's strange. It's so stupid. Like, besides what we want, what about the studio, what I just said, starting and completing a project? How is that not the goal? Like, I don't get it. Like, you know, like, if you quit most of your jobs, it's like you quit all your jobs. If you leave and put your 2 weeks in, that's way different, you know, than quitting. So that's kind of like that in a way. It's just, man. And he's probably going to go back to Marvel. And then, I don't know, what is he going to do there? He's really good. I like all 3 Guardians films. They're really amazing. And it's just like, they're really good. They're very emotional. The third one is so sad and all this. It's so crazy. you know, and his filmmaking, his filming technique is so cool. When he fights Adam Warlock, whatever, it's so awesome. You know, all the shots. And if he goes back to that, I mean, I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know. They either have, Marvel already has their plan, or they've already talked to James Gunn saying, hey, if you want to come back here, because we have somebody set up, but you gotta let us know, you know, at least a month before the contract ends, because whatever, you know. And yeah, so that's, I don't know, possibly, who knows, like those could be talks behind closed doors, as well as, yeah, I don't know, other plans. Anyways, yeah, I'm just ranting a lot about all my thoughts about where this is gonna go. I know I'm just trying to, this is just about Supergirl, but I do think this is all very important to talk about all the other things, because it does all connect, you know? And yeah, so down here, this is the cast. I think David Cornswood's not even really in it. It's so, why couldn't they have just done it where, you know, like at some point she calls for him and he has to go save her, and it's a trick or something, and they capture Superman now with kryptonite, of course, and now he's involved, and then she has to go get help, and she gets Lobo's help to go save Superman. You know, anything. There's so many different variations of these things that you can do. But yeah, and then they also confirmed that the message of Jor-El to Superman is to take over the planet is true. They confirmed that. And that was a big thing that people are like confused about. They're like, wait, what? So the message wasn't corrupt or whatever, right? I think that was the thing. It was real. It was take over Earth, all this stuff. And it was true. But I don't know if is that correct? Is that the correct thing to do? I don't think it was. To change Superman, like what his, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that. To change Superman. I don't know if that is correct. I feel like it's incorrect, and they should not have done that, and they did do that anyways. Yeah, okay, so you see down here, producers James Gunn. So I mean, there's no way that he wasn't literally over Anna Naguera's shoulder the whole time. There's no way. There's no way. They probably said, hey, look, Anna, we want you to write this, but don't worry, I'm gonna be right next to you. Here's my phone number, whatever. Call me direct, text me, anything you need. I will help. I'll always be there. On set too, everything. You know, because people are saying it feels a little James Gunn-like. So, yeah, even though it's directed by Craig Gillespie, whatever. Interesting. So then James Gunn shadowed both of them, or what? Or you know, like he must. Yeah, I don't know. That's very interesting. We'll read the summary for this real quick. Reviewers say Supergirl delivers strong, and then here is the AI summary for the movie. Reviewers say Supergirl delivers strong performances, particularly praising Millie Alcock's charismatic lead and Jason Momoa's scene-stealing Lobo, alongside visually impressive action sequences. However, the film disappoints with weak, cliched writing, a forgettable one-dimensional villain, and problematic pacing that drags through subplots. Many criticize its derivative nature and lack of originality within the superhero genre. Oh my god. Opinions sharply divide on engagement, with some finding it entertaining while fun, while others felt bored. The emotional depth and character development remain inconsistent throughout. Wow. Jesus, like, James Gunn is a good writer, you know? He can structure his stuff. So that is just really weird. That makes me think that James Gunn didn't have anything to do with it then, you know? I don't know. I mean, whether you like it, again, whether you like his stuff or not, he is very creative. everything in that Superman movie is I've never seen it before, you know. I mean, except except for like one or two, but overall, totally new stuff, you know, like just new ideas, you know, like the big monster getting small, all that, whatever. I don't know. Whatever you think. The ideas are very creative with that. So yeah, I don't know. But this is unfortunate that he did. Maybe he just was like, hey, you wrote this, you're gonna take the heat for this if it's bad, and I'm not gonna help you at all because you need to learn basically or something. I don't know. So let's see. So 902 reviews on IMDb, 10 out of 10, amazing from beginning to end. Wow. 6 out of 10, just terrible. This was a waste of time, my time and money. I really hoped it would be good, but the writing and acting was just bad. Obviously, bad directing had something to do with it. We'll be streaming very soon. Yeah. I probably won't even watch it again for free. It's not gonna be free. It's gonna be like $15 probably. Hopefully they will do a better job of casting and writing for any future projects. Molly just didn't fit the role. If this is true, then her success or her inclusion in the Wonder Woman film is based off of the success of this film. I don't know. Unless her contract is 3 movies or something. I don't know what it could be. I would have done a contract with just like, hey, this movie needs to make 80 million. When it does, you can direct the Wonder Woman film, you know. But if it doesn't, no. That would have been it. Rather than doing a 3-movie deal, and then this is our first movie and it's bad, and we're gonna have to endure 2 more possibly bad films. I don't know, because this is a complete waste. This should have been like Man of Tomorrow. This should have been the sequel or something, or a different movie. And Supergirl and Lobo should have been a side thing. Or the other thing I was saying, this movie should have just been like 60 million or 50. They could have done that. They have the volume. There's no excuse. There really isn't, you know? They have the volume, they have AI, and they should have done whatever they had to keep it cheap, like 50 million, you know, 60 million, then they would have been fine, you know, or even less. And yeah, or make a little mini series out of it. But yeah, I think she should have been a side character, like how she's gonna be in Man of Tomorrow, I believe. So next one is 10 out of 10. It was a good movie. It was good, really good regarding to cinematography and Millie's performance. I can finally approve Millie Alcock as well as Supergirl. Lobo's the GOAT. Cinematography 8 out of 10. CGI 8 out of 10. I heard Crypto is pretty bad or whatever. Not convincing. Performance 8 out of 10. Writing 6 out of 10. Okay. Music 6 out of 10. Yeah, the needle drops are strange or something. I don't know. They did like 40 different song selections for the end, apparently. And then 6 out of 10 overall. It was a good movie to watch, even though better script would have made it better. Hoping to see the next movie with better script. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, he actually gave it a 10 out of 10? That totally contradicts your score, doesn't it? What? That's bizarre. 6 out of 10, super mixed bag. Adaptation is always a tricky thing. Turning a work from one medium into another requires change, but holding on to or letting go of the wrong elements can fundamentally alter what made the work worth adapting in the first place, which is exactly what I think happened here. It is also tricky because of expectation. People with preconceived ideas about what they're gonna watch have to let go of what they already know, while those who know nothing may be left playing catch-up where knowledge has been presumed. This reviewer is familiar with the original work, so my opinion of Supergirl is already clouded with prior judgments. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. You either make it for hardcore nerds or you make it for the new audience, you know, and alienate people. I think you can do both if you're clever. I don't know. Whether I try to leave them at the door or not. Whilst the comic has obvious pacing problems from a filmmaking perspective, it is not necessarily the change of the story arc that is the biggest issue. It is the fundamental change in what Supergirl is trying to teach her companion has been lost from the comic. From someone who has read it, this feels like an unnecessary loss, one that actually changes Supergirl's character for the worse. That said, judging a film against its source material is slightly unfair. I don't know. I think it's fair. I don't know. And it's not that the character changes don't offer further interesting exploration. Yeah, I don't know. I think that you need to change it slightly and trick the people and do something new or move it slightly. Like, I mean, in the Flash movie, Supergirl is in place of Superman from the Flashpoint Paradox, story. So, yeah, I don't want to say too much. Well, I don't know, it doesn't matter, but, so they switched that, but it's still the same idea, see? So they can do that, just keep the story, but change some things, Then it says, the reason the comic comparisons are raised in the first place is not because of the changes the film makes, it is because the film offers enough flaws that the comparisons can be critically drawn. Had the film been of perfect construction, whatever perfect is in the film world, any comparison could have been dismissed. To me, perfect, I don't know about that, but that's just following what a story structure is, either Kurt Vonnegut or not, or what the South Park guys explained, a movie like this and that, whatever. They have a good video on YouTube you can watch, but it has to be that. That to me is a perfect film, Like, I think Astro Boy is a really, really good film. Hoppers, I would say, is that kind of stuff. Like, a movie where they learn a lesson or something, or like an actual character arc. Fantastic Mr. Fox. Yeah, I watched it last night. That has some really good character stuff in it. It's all jokey and beautiful and amazing, and then it gets all serious, this out of nowhere, and I love that, like the reality, and he learns a lesson, and it's pretty interesting, but that to me is perfect. The movie can suck, but you need to follow what a storytelling structure is, and yeah, at least this movie, Supergirl, has a ticking time bomb. That's very important. Conflict is important. There's other stuff. So then it says Supergirl, however, is a hopscotch of a film with an unsatisfying narrative pace and an antagonist in Matthias Schoenaerts Krem, who was never truly allowed to antagonize within the disjointed structure. And they changed him too, unfortunately. This is something of a road trip film mixed with an action revenge film. The issue with mixing the two is that the film can't decide whether the journey and the lessons come from the road taken or from the final confrontation with its elusive villain. Wow. Let's face it, films like John Wick work because the character is running down a corridor full of doors with people leaping out of those doors to stop him. A road trip movie, by contrast, requires you to open the doors yourself and learn from each problem before moving on, which incites change by the time you reach the final door. That's very funny. Any change Supergirl reaches here feels unearned. Partly this is because her journey is dictated by her companion's emotional arc more than her own, something the comic is acutely aware of. This isn't to say the character of Supergirl is lost, it just means that any change in Kara is never really realized. This wouldn't have been a problem had the film decided to focus on Ruthie's emotional arc, because the character of Supergirl really didn't need to change. The effort the film takes to establish Kara is there from the get-go. She is a flawed, deeply lost and lonely individual, a woman looking to forget her past who lacks the ability to truly connect with anyone, yet is bound by a moral conscience to do the right thing. Millie Alcock's performance is second to none at capturing this. Her portrayal of a broken hero is complex and utterly believable. Even at its most narratively disjointed, or when the pace drags to a near halt, Alcock provides enough screen presence and acting chops to save the film and drag it, kicking and screaming into its next scene. Well, I mean, that is a good thing and a separate thing. Being dragged from scene to scene is exactly what Supergirl is. It is a film of combined scenes stuck together without a proper through line to bind them. This means each one lives and dies on its own merits. It sounds like it could have been a series, like a little episodic thing, like the Mandalorian Grogu could have been. And an action scene that isn't offering something new visually, or a dialogue-driven scene packed without real emotional heft can just end up falling flat. The balance between where the film gets these moments right and where it gets them wrong is on a knife's edge. When it works, Supergirl's high moments are truly out of this world. At times, director Craig Gillespie shows a completely unique vision of a dirty, bitter universe that captures action in a delightfully vibrant way. That's weird because I heard it's like not too colorful. He shows a clear understanding of how to create emotional connection and detail character on screen, taking the time to show a character's emotional response to a situation rather than just the physical one, something missing from most superhero films, but the moments where the originality and emotional connection is lost come in equal measure. It leaves the film at either highs or lows, with the eventual outcome being an average one that feels like a lost opportunity. I don't doubt there is a great film here somewhere. I doubt it was lost on the cutting room floor though. I heard there weren't actually different alternate things that they filmed that they could use as well. It seems more like the director needed the option to film more scenes and really pin down whose story he wanted to tell. That razor focus would have made it clear when the film required to give it the narrative drive it always lacked and probably deserved. Man, this is kind of unfortunate. I can't believe it passed the test screenings. Nobody said, James, listen to me, please, don't make this movie. Give us Batgirl instead or something, you know? Gillespie has proved he can handle a character arcs with real pace and skill from Tanya to Cruella. He just needed to decide between Supergirl or Ruthie here. Had he done so, he could have produced something truly wonderful. Instead, we have a watchable film with some wonderful moments and some woefully flat ones as well. Man, sounds like studio interference to me. Despite this, the idea of watching another Supergirl is genuinely exciting. Exploring the universe outside of Earth is a thrilling prospect, and Gillespie has effortlessly created a world with real texture and richness. What did this guy give it? I thought it was low. Like 6 out of 10. Wow, but it sounds like he gave it a 10 out of 10. Well, that's probably good enough. 7 out of 10, entertaining but forgettable. 1 out of 10, not worth watching. 10 out of 10. 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 4 out of 10. Truly painful. Oh my god. Okay, I think we're good with this. Now we can go check out some Rotten Tomatoes reviews. Alright, so here is this. 54%. Wow. That is very strange. And then 76% from the audience. So it is entertaining. That's good. Which means that overall, most people don't know the comics. So they only have the movie to base it off of. See, they saw Superman. I don't know who saw Peacemaker. I don't understand that. Half the audience can't see it then, I would guess. And then they watch this, and yeah, I don't know. That's so weird though. Critics' consensus, Amelia Alcock brings a swagger to Kar-Zor-El that'd make Krypton proud in this otherwise familiar origin story, dawning a promising new hero in the DCU who's still waiting for an adventure that matches her vigor. That doesn't sound too positive, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Critics' reviews. David Sims from The Atlantic gave it a splat, saying Supergirl, the character, still has a lot going for her, presumably including a future in the DC universe. Yes, it's going to be the next movie. Supergirl, the film, meanwhile, is only a mildly diverting whiff. Well, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with James Gunn's contract and all that. I guess, if he set it all up, you could just kind of continue the aesthetic, or something. It's probably not too tough if he leaves. It's probably really not a big deal if he leaves. Then Dana Stevens from Slate gave it a splat, saying despite an appealingly rough-edged title character played by Scrappy Aplomb, aplomb by Millie Alcock. This second installment in what DC is positioning as an unfolding multi-character franchise defaults to too many of the cliches of superhero cinema at its worst. Jeez, come on. There is so much material to draw from. And then Stephanie Zacharek from Time Magazine gave it a splat, saying the action sequences are jerky and disjointed. Supergirl's laser eyes constitute the only occasional, if inadequate, jolt of life. Susan Camyab, this chick's flicks, gave it a C- splat, saying Millie Alcock delivers a humorous, heartfelt, and emotionally resonant performance. Unfortunately, the uninspired story and dystopian production design weighed down the film, slowing its pacing and preventing Alcock from fully taking flight. Nick Hasted from the Arts Desk gave it 2 out of 5 splats, saying 2 films into James Gunn's DC Extended Universe reboot. Supergirl already feels like a fill-in. Yeah, I know. That's darn, you know? And this guy, Abhinmanyu Mathur from Hindustan Times, gave it 2.5 out of 5 splats, saying Millie Alcock does everything in her power to shoulder this superhero adventure, but is ultimately let down by a wafer-thin plot, a villain who inspires neither awe nor fear, and an overall lack of soul. Then the audience reviews, Fabian gave it 1 to 3.5 stars. It was a fun movie, but nothing epic to shake up the DC universe. It was entertaining. Anthony gave it 5 stars, saying super good movie. Both kids loved it. That's good. Mario gave it 1, 2, 3, 4.5 stars, saying great movie in my opinion. Felt like a side mission than anything else, but seeing Lobo was great. Definitely worth a watch. Travis gave it 3 stars, saying not bad, but not something I would recommend to friends or family. Jesus. Wesley gave it 1.5 stars, saying the whole point of superhero movies is for us to go through the journey along with the superhero. I think the acting was good, but something. Yes. Jesus Christ. I mean, why don't they print that rule out and put it in the studio everywhere so the writers come in? What do I do? Oh yeah, go on the journey with the hero or whatever, Jesus, the number 1 rule or requirement. Nate gave it 1, 2, 3, 4 stars, saying excellent action and pacing. Wow, really? Left a bit to be desired towards the end? What? 100% rewatchable with the same enjoyment. I mean, that's possible, but that's what I said with Superman. That's what I said with Man of Steel and then Justice League. So, I watched some explanation videos of why they're not as good as we think they are, and I think they're right. This is so unfortunate. I can't believe it. I wonder what it's going to end up at the end. 54%. Do you think it's gonna? I don't know how it works. Is it gonna go higher? 60%. At least the audience is enjoying it. So, okay. So yeah, that is Supergirl. We can go down here and check out any extra stuff. So Superman ended up at 7 stars. The show was okay until they did a deliberate, straight up what's that called? Political type of a thing. I was like, come on, just leave that stuff out of it, But anyways, I love Martian Manhunter. He was really cool. What else? Yeah, I liked it. I liked all the crossover stuff with the Flash and all that. Whatever, that was pretty cool. And Melissa Benoist should have been the actor. That would have been hilarious. Like Grant Gustin, he should have been the Flash. He got totally screwed over. He deserves it. Whether it was good or bad, whatever. He deserved a shot or a chance, over Ezra Miller, I guess. Now, I mean, Ezra Miller, he's okay, whatever. But his portrayal, whatever. But I think Grant Gustin should have gotten a chance. I think that was a little unfair. He didn't even get mentioned or add a cameo in the Flash movie, which is really rude. So Superman ended up with 7 stars at the end. See, I feel like it should have been like a 6.8, maybe. I don't know. It is. I guess it's cool. I think what it is is it looks cool. It feels cool, you know? But when you like look into it, you're like, oh, why did they do that? Why? Oh, yeah, they shouldn't have done that. Yeah, they should have left that. You know, I think that's like the final thoughts you get afterwards. And, you know, eventually you're like, I don't know. Like, that wasn't it, you know, basically. Let's see what else. So rated PG-13 for sequences of strong violence, action, language, and smoking. I mean, Jesus. Why did they just do rated R? It's so dumb. See, here's a trivia. According to James Gunn, in this movie, we see the difference between Superman, who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents from the time he's an infant, versus Supergirl, who was raised on a rock chip off of Krypton, and watched everyone around her die and be killed in terrible ways for the first 14 years of her life. She couldn't look away. Did someone hold her head? Maybe Krem forced her to watch and hold her eyelids open, like a Clockwork Orange when he goes into the thing or whatever. I don't know. Gunn indicates that this incarnation is an Argo City survivor rather than being from Krypton itself, more akin to her comic book debut in 1959. So he reverted to the original idea. I don't know. I don't know if that is the issue. I think plot part, whatever. I think that's a separate issue. So, yeah, I don't know. This, that's, well, I don't know. I feel like they, I don't know. She couldn't look away. That's my first question. I don't get it. Did she watch them all die out of respect? Whatever that means. She watched all of them die. She was like, I'm so sorry, and respected them, you know, saluted them as they die, you know, got slaughtered, I guess. I mean, look, it says in terrible ways. Terrible ways. Like, not like, you know, in their sleep or a heart attack or something kind of normal or whatever, but a terrible way. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. What else is there? The budget was $170 million. Jesus Christ. Worldwide, it has to make another amount. And even then, it's budget. Gosh. $170 million and it made 38. Unbelievable. It should have cost 30 million. And it would have been fine. Wow. I don't know what to say. That is really just gonna be the final thing. I can't believe it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I know I'm a little late, but my guess would have been, yeah, it's probably not gonna do well from all the stuff that people are saying. And then, I don't know. Yeah, mixed bag for the DCU. That is so weird. It is definitely gonna go to VOD real soon. So yeah, I would have guessed that this movie probably would have flopped based off the budget alone. I would have guessed high, of course, 50 million or 60. I would have gotten the worldwide correct, but yeah. So unfortunately, Supergirl flopped with 38 million or whatever, 40 million out of a $170 million budget. And I guess a good thing is that it came in second place.